It's impressive to think that commercial aircraft fly at such extreme altitudes, but have you ever wondered why?
One of the main reasons is fuel efficiency.
As an aircraft rises to higher altitudes, the density of the air decreases, which means there is less drag and friction against the aircraft's wings and fuselage. This allows the aircraft to fly faster and with less fuel consumption, which in turn reduces costs and pollutant gas emissions. In addition, flying at high altitudes also provides a spectacular view of the scenery below the aircraft, as well as a smoother and quieter flying experience for passengers. Although flying at these altitudes may seem frightening to some, pilots are highly trained to handle any situation and ensure the safety of everyone on board.
Number 5.
Also, one of the most interesting facts about air quality in airplanes is that the filtration system is so efficient that the air you breathe inside the cabin is actually cleaner than the air in many cities. The filters used in airplanes can capture up to 99.9% of bacteria, viruses and other contaminants, which means that the air you breathe in an airplane is of high quality and safe for your health. In addition, modern airplanes use HEPA filters, which are the same filters used in hospitals to purify the air. In fact, according to some studies, the air quality in an airplane is so good that it is comparable to that of an operating room in a hospital. So, if you are ever concerned about the air quality in an airplane, you can rest easy knowing that it is one of the cleanest and safest places in terms of air quality.
Number 4.
Although commercial aircraft are capable of speeds up to 900 km per hour, there is another important factor that influences flight time: the jet stream. The jet stream is a strong wind blowing at high altitude and at high speed, generally in a westerly to easterly direction. Aircraft flying in this current can take advantage of it to increase their speed and reduce flight time. In fact, some transatlantic flights can reduce their travel time by several hours thanks to the jet stream. On the other hand, if an aircraft flies against the jet stream, the wind speed can reduce its speed and increase flight time. The jet stream is an important factor for pilots to consider when planning a flight and can significantly affect flight duration.
Number 3.
It's impressive to think that the cabin of an airplane is pressurized to maintain a pressure similar to that felt at an altitude of 2,400 meters. But have you ever wondered why that specific altitude? Actually, that pressure was established as a standard in the aviation industry due to studies conducted in the 1940s that determined that this altitude was the most comfortable for most passengers. In addition, flying at that altitude allows the aircraft to be more fuel efficient, as the pressure in the cabin is lower than in the surrounding atmosphere, which reduces aerodynamic drag and, therefore, fuel consumption. However, the pressure and air in the cabin can have some side effects, such as dry skin and mucous membranes, so it is important to stay hydrated during the flight and use nose drops if necessary. Despite these minor inconveniences, cabin pressurization is crucial to ensure passenger comfort and safety during long-haul flights.
Number 2.
It is true that turbulence is a common experience during flights, but did you know that there are different types of turbulence?
One of them is wake turbulence, which occurs behind an aircraft in flight.
This is due to the difference in pressure between the top and bottom of the aircraft's wings, which creates air turbulence behind the aircraft. Another form of turbulence is convective turbulence, which occurs when warm air rises and cools at higher altitudes, forming storm clouds. There is also mountain turbulence, which occurs when air flows over mountains and turbulence is created on the opposite side. Although turbulence can be uncomfortable for passengers and crew, aircraft are designed to withstand it and pilots are trained to handle it safely. In general, turbulence is not usually a threat to flight safety, but it is always important to follow the crew's instructions during the flight to ensure a safe and comfortable experience.
Number 1.
Finally, technology in aviation has come a long way in recent decades, and aircraft are now equipped with advanced navigation and communication systems that allow them to fly safely anywhere in the world. One example of this is the Global Positioning System, GPS, which uses a network of satellites to provide precise information on the aircraft's location and movement at all times. In addition, modern aircraft are also equipped with advanced radar systems that can detect other nearby aircraft and alert the pilot if there is a potential collision. They also have satellite communication systems that allow them to stay in contact with air traffic controllers at all times, even in remote areas of the world where there are no nearby control towers. These advanced navigation and communication systems are essential to ensure the safety of passengers and crew during flights, especially in adverse weather conditions. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed learning about all of these fun facts, make sure to hit the subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss a new video. We'll see you in the next one.